Hello and welcome to another video. So I want to start the video off by talking about Nvidia, which is ticker symbol NVDA, because Nvidia is reporting earnings tomorrow. And honestly, this is one of the stocks that really moves the market. So Nvidia is definitely considered a market mover. A lot of the tech stocks usually are kind of like holding their breaths before Nvidia reports earnings because again, regardless of whether it spikes up crazy or spikes down crazy, pretty much it's a domino effect. So the rest of the stocks kind of follow along in the same kind of trend. And so I am definitely watching Nvidia. I have a couple positions open, but I didn't go too crazy because again, there has been many times where a earnings report comes out, it's actually really good, and then for some reason the stock still doesn't perform as strongly as you think it would. So I'm just being mindful of that and not kind of over leveraging in the amount of options that I got for Nvidia. So again, that is ticker symbol NVDA. Earnings report comes out tomorrow. We're hoping for the best, but you never know what could happen. In addition to that, I also have 4 other stocks that I wanted to mention. If you've watched my previous videos, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I talk about these stocks all the time, but as the time goes on in my trading journey, I realize that I don't really necessarily want to look into too many other stocks. I definitely have watch lists with maybe like 10, 15 upcoming stocks that I don't necessarily have in my portfolio. But I've realized that the more you study just 5 to 10 stocks and you just focus on those, the better you're going to get at not only knowing when to add to your portfolio, so doing the whole dollar cost average thing, but also you'll know where your levels are when you start to get into options trading. And so options trading is a completely different ball game, but I highly encourage you to look into what that even means, because I'll be honest with you, I started off only buying shares and only understanding what buying and holding meant. Like I'm literally just going in looking, okay, I'm going to add this share, grow my portfolio. Then I add more shares, grow my portfolio, dollar cost average, all of these things for my portfolio. That is my long-term portfolio. That is what I will not be touching for the next God knows how many years, okay? But options trading is completely different. I honestly don't have enough time to break it down in this video, but if you are interested in me doing a breakdown of options trading, go ahead and like or comment below and let me know. There are also hundreds and thousands of videos on YouTube for free. So if it piques your interest to learn how to actually trade, and I will say, I mentioned this in one of my other videos also, I am not day trading, so I'm not looking at charts on a daily basis and just staring, scalping, and placing my trades and closing it out the same day. I'm actually swing trading, which is a little bit different because you kind of give yourself like a little bit of a cushion for the price to actually reach what it needs to reach before you take profits. And you could still make profits on a daily basis with swing trading, but yeah, it's a little bit less high maintenance. So with that being said, look into it, but these are the ones that I have been continuously not only getting additional shares, but also doing, again, options contracts. So those 4, I would say, are my top 4. Again, that is Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA, Advanced Micro Devices, ticker symbol AMD, Palantir, y'all know I love Palantir, that's ticker symbol PLTR, and then Hood, or Robinhood, which is ticker symbol HOOD, okay? These are all going for less than $200 right now. So still pretty good opportunity. And yeah, I've also covered some cheaper stocks in my previous videos. So if less than $200 still sounds like, girl, what are you talking about? I can't do that right now. Go watch some of my previous videos where I talk about some of the cheaper stocks that I look at. One of the stocks that I will mention that is newer on my radar that I just recently added to my portfolio, I'm also going to start looking into some options trading as well, is a stock called Bitmine Immersion Technologies. That's ticker symbol BNMR. And so this is a newer one, and I have been not only watching how it's performing, but also just hearing a lot about it. Okay, this is a stock that is in the blockchain technology sector, and obviously involved in crypto. Crypto is one of the things that I've personally just not done enough research to talk strictly about, but I have been looking more into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and kind of understanding the fact that like just because Bitcoin is $110,000 right now, $111,000. It's reached $120,000 in the last couple of weeks. Ethereum also is in the $4,000, almost $5,000 range. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have that much money to start investing in it. You can definitely kind of slow feed both of those things, right? And so those are the two that I've been looking at. Again, I'm not pouring a lot of money into it yet because I want to get a little bit more educated before I start putting money in there. But those are the two that I am looking into. And this Bitmine Immersions technology, which is a stock that you can actually purchase, is going for around $50 right now. And if you are not so comfortable investing in crypto yet, but you feel a little bit more comfortable investing in stocks, this is one that is about to really take over, just based on kind of the fundamentals of the stock, as well as the people that are behind the stock as well. This one, again, it's on my radar. I've already purchased a couple of shares, but I am going to continue to add and also just continue to see how it performs. But I'm really excited about this one. So those are the ones that I am currently looking at. You know, I always have my little sticky note. Another thing I wanted to talk about is just opening your mind, because I feel like there are a lot of people that I talk to that are so close-minded when it comes to investing, because they really believe that that is only for people that are rich, that it's only for people that have a certain amount of money or a certain amount of income. And I want to be the person to kind of break that mentality out of your mind. Don't believe that you can't do it. Like literally, this is something that is available to every single person who can open up a brokerage account here in the US. There are other foreign brokerages again, which I also wanted to talk about, because I recently went onto my back end of YouTube, and I realized that I have people in other countries watching my videos, which is so cool. So if you're from a different country, I am so happy that you decided to watch my video. It actually makes me so happy to see that people are tuning in, and not only tuning in, but subscribing as well. And I've also finally broken the like 10% mark for my woman audience. So it's still kind of sad. It's still kind of sad, but it's 90% men that watch my videos, which honestly makes sense, because this type of conversation, when it comes to like financial literacy, when it comes to the stock market and investing and stuff, it's a little bit more male dominant. But I just love to see that there is a 10% out there who are women that are either interested, that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, that are wanting to learn more, that are becoming more financially literate, that are wanting to have these types of conversations. And yeah, I'm honestly so happy about that. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I am really tired. I really wanted to post this video because Nvidia is reporting earnings tomorrow, and I think that, again, that is a huge market mover. And if you get in at the right time, and if you see the opportunity to get in based on what happens tomorrow, then definitely do that. And then the last thing I'll say is, I really believe that everyone should be learning about not only investing and creating a long-term portfolio, but also the opportunity there is within options contracts is crazy, like truly crazy. It does take some time commitment. You do have to sit and learn about it. You do have to try things out. You do have to be willing to risk a little bit of money, because that's the only way you're going to learn. But after you get this down, and after you really truly understand that this is a skill set that you can use for the rest of your life, you're going to be so thankful that you took the time out now to learn. And then 5 years from now, you're making an additional income from the stock market. So I really think that that is something that I wish I knew sooner. I started getting involved in stocks probably, I would say now, like 3 or 4 years ago. But more seriously the last year, and especially since I've started this channel this year. And so I just want to encourage people to be more open-minded, to not think that you can't do it. And yeah, If you like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe for more. I am probably going to post again after I see what happens with Nvidia's earnings, but I just wanted to give you all the heads up. If you didn't know, that's coming up tomorrow. And again, if you like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe for more. Peace.